Hey, good morning. It's Dave Campbell with another Dave Campbell short. I wanted to talk to you this morning about the value chain, and the reason that I am talking about the value chain and setting up the storyline, or the identifying the good guys and the bad guys, and establishing this concept that there's a value chain and there's people that are working to destroy it and there's people that are working to support it. So the reason I'm doing that is because the rhetoric against Republicans and Democrats is so visceral. It's so it's just it's not right, and you can hardly talk plainly about a topic without having someone steer it toward a political discussion. This discussion is going to be irrefutably about America as a superpower and how to maintain and establish a superpower by bringing the value of our labor and our work to benefit the people versus the value of our labor and work being sold off and benefiting shareholders. Well, Dave, aren't there shareholders? Aren't common people shareholders too? Yes, they are. The difference is that when corporations focus on shareholders instead of common people, the common people are the tax base. They represent the tax base for our society and our systems and our government. Well, Dave, we don't like the government. The government's bad. No, the government is not bad. The government is absolutely necessary. There's abuse of government, just like there's abuse of commerce. You know, everywhere there's criminal behavior, you have an abuse. So what I'm trying to do by establishing superpower versus kleptocrats, and the value chain is in the balance, I'm trying to establish the very fact that this is not about Republicans versus Democrats. It's about our value chain. It's about our identity as a country. So, you know, Dave, what about public enemy number one? Why do you keep saying that this is kleptocrats? What is a kleptocrat? Well, kleptocracy is the abuse of government leadership to make gain off of the general public in a criminal manner. And unfortunately, that is a predominant system that is being strategically and powerfully supported by oligarchs, multinational corporations, and people with just ungodly amounts of money. Do you remember when Teddy Roosevelt busted the trusts? Remember all that? That's what we have to do today. And in order to establish that as an argument and as a movement, we have to identify who we are and who the bad guys are and what's hanging in the balance. So that's the reason that I'm doing this with the superpower versus the kleptocrats. Superpower are the common citizens who've agreed, to abide the laws of a country through our government model, and they expect in return that the government and the leaders are going to support their well-being. And that's why it's extremely important to establish a superpower, being as the common people, and the impact of a common people when they buy into trusting their government and commercial leadership to provide protection of their wealth and their ability to make wealth. That's exactly why we need to bring this up. We need to establish our identity as the consenting governed, and we need to keep pressing that issue. One of the things that this campaign is going to do, this movement, whatever you want to call it, that I'm working toward is going to do, it's going to identify these aspects of the problem, and it's going to attack it in terms of project development done ethically and lawfully and peacefully. And these projects at a community level are going to be projects that involve bill writing for any kind of law that the person wants to get involved with. So restoring the ability for a person to identify with their government is an number one part of this idea, this concept, this movement that I'm spearheading. So project development as far as commerce is the other part, and how do you think that you're going to manage that, Dave? Well, I'm not doing it by myself. And two of the big things that we're going to do as a country is we're going to start a new stock system and a new banking system. Yes, we are. We truly will, because it's absolutely needed. There will be no more money laundering. There will be a 4-tier accounting system, and it will work, and it will hold government leaders accountable. It will identify criminal activity, and it will put an end to it. So, if that sounds good to you, you want to stop this bickering between Democrats and Republicans? Don't mind people arguing, as long as they're arguing toward an agreement that benefits the people. That's what government's for. Propaganda to divide people is propaganda to divide people, and that's also identifiable. And I've talked about that at length in other videos. So there you go. You have a good day, and please get behind us. Thank you.